So in yesterday's update, they released the new structure decks, and this is pretty much just a pre-made deck that you can get for either, $3.99 or you can purchase it for 500 gems. And I'm just looking through the cards, and I decided that, hey, I'm gonna take these cards and I'm gonna go ahead and modify this deck a little bit. Then I'm gonna jump into some PvP duels and see how I do. So let's go ahead and just cut straight to the deck. So I'm running the recommended Yami Yugi Power of Dark skill, and I pretty much took my Magician Circle deck and just infused it with a lot of these cards. So I have the Neo the Magic Swordsman, which will really help when I have multiple Jesters, because they can summon any normal type spellcaster monsters, so I'll just not summon, but I can add them to my hand. So after I exhaust my Dark Magician, I can then go to Neo the Magic Swordsman. And I also put in these Magical Undertakers because when they flip over, I can special summon a level 4 spellcaster monster. So I can just bring my Jesters out of the graveyard if I either need to do its effect, where I can just summon a Dark Magician Girl right away, or if I need to have it go back into the graveyard so I can pull out another Neo. Or if I need a Neo, I can just use the Magical Undertaker again. So pretty much these 3 Magician Circles are focused on summoning my Dark Magician Girl very quickly. And I have a lot of support cards for Dark Magician Girl, such as the Sage's Stone, as well as the Magic Formula spell card, which will boost both my Dark Magician and my Dark Magician Girl depending on which one I have on the field. And I also threw in the Rope of Life because I really think this card is super interesting, and I think it's going to be really useful in future decks. So my goal is, if I ever have a Dark Magician in my hand and I don't draw a Sage's Stone, well, I can just use the Rope of Life on, say, my Dark Magician Girl. With Power of Dark, that would boost it at 3,000 plus the 300 attack bonus for having a Dark Magician in my graveyard, so that'll boost it 3,300. Equip that with Magic Formula, then I have a 4,000 attack Dark Magician Girl. And that's going to be very hard to stop, and I just feel like Rope of Life is going to be a very useful card in this deck and many more. And then I just have Mirror Wall out there as a support card. And I also put in this card because I think it's going to be a really good scouting card. The 1600 attack and defense will be boosted at 1800 with Power of Dark, and I just feel like that's going to be a very high attack and defense monster if I just need to leave it on the field for a little bit to scout out their back row. Now let's go ahead and cut to the first duel. So this first duel is against a standard Mako player, I assume. He's going to throw out his Mystic Depths. He's going to, after I throw out my Power of Dark. And I draw a pretty good hand. I get that Rope of Life on the first turn. I also get my Neo the Magic Swordsman, which at 1900 attack is going to be really hard to stop right away. But he does have his Mystic Depth skill, so his monsters are going to get a little bit of a boost too. But the most important thing is I draw that Magician Circle on the first hand, so I can summon my Dark Magician Girl right away. And it looks like I got one in my hand too, which should make for an interesting combo here in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just clear his front row. I can't risk him summoning a Dedalius or a Suijin, because that would completely wall me right now if he just completely took out my front and back row. He's going to take out my Yami, but I'm not too worried about that because I do have my Dark Magician Girls, my Dark Magician Girl and my Dark Magician Girl to be through my Magician Circle. And I draw the Magic Formula, which is just going to overpower him with my Dark Magician Girl. So I'm just going to attack him straight away, and then I'm going to summon the second Dark Magician Girl, and that's pretty much going to be it. That's going to be a quick victory. This deck works very fast, and if you don't stop it right away, it's first couple turns, it's going to be a win.
Go, Dark Magician Girl! Dark Burning Attack!
And we're back with duel number 2, and I'm going to throw the Power of Dark out, and I get a pretty good start in hand. I draw my Jester and my Dark Magician Girl right away, and I do have 2 Magician Circles that I can just throw in my backfield. So I'm going to go ahead and summon that Dark Magician Girl right away, because I don't think after even having 2 Magician Circles behind me as support, I don't think it's really going to hurt me a whole lot just to throw it out there. And I throw in my Neo the Magic Swordsman instead of my Dark Magician because I thought, well, maybe I'll draw a Sage's Stone. And I was like, well, I don't really see, like, it might be a little arrogant, but I didn't really see this duel going very long at all with 2 Magician Circles because I plan on summoning another Dark Magician Girl as well as another Neo the Magic Swordsman. So, I don't really feel like he had anything to counter that, especially since he threw this Kaiser Seahorse in attack mode, and I really don't know if he was just conceding that point, if he slipped or what. He really had no reason to throw that in attack mode because he had nothing in the backfield, nothing to protect it, unless he had a Sphere Karibo. But even in that situation, it'd be better to throw it in defense mode. And again, then I'm just going to go ahead and attack him with Dark Magician Girl, and that's going to be another quick victory. Again, like I said before, this deck works super fast, and I feel like it just has a really good synergy with itself. So anyway, that's battle number 2. We'll go ahead and go to duel number 3 now. So we're back with duel number 3, and I probably draw one of my weakest hands, probably the weakest hand out of the 3 duels that I did. I draw my Neo the Magic Swordsman, which is a good starting card. I enjoy getting that first just because of its high attack. But then I also have Mirror Wall for support, which is good, but I don't draw any Magician in Circles right away, and I don't have a Jester to go with my Dark Magician Girl. So it's going to be a little more difficult to throw it out there. But I do get the Scout card that I have in my deck, so I can just flip over all of his face-down cards. And I feel like that this guy was running a Kaibaman deck potentially, or a Paladin deck, just because he's using a restart skill. He's going to use this Blue Dragon Summoner to add a Blue Ice to his hand, and I feel like a lot of things were just adding up that he was going to try to Kaibaman into a Blue Eyes, or maybe Kidmodo Dragon. Again, this duel didn't last very long, so I didn't really know exactly what deck he was running.
My turn. Draw. Let's do this.
This Twin Barrel Dragon really threw me for a loop. I guess it's a very popular card to run. I just don't know why he had that in his deck.
I draw a card. Here I go.
So I'm pretty sure I summoned my Neo the Magic Swordsman here. I have Mirror Wall in the back row in case he pulls anything. If he ever summons that Blue Eyes White Dragon, I was ready for it. I didn't think he was going to be able to pierce through that. I don't think he'd be able to power it up enough, or unless he had Stamping Destruction. That's the only thing I was really worried about.
Here I go. My turn. I draw a card.
And then here I'm actually going to reveal that he has that Metal Morph in the back row, which kind of scared me. With my Mirror Wall, I still wasn't too scared. Worst comes to worst, he takes out one monster. But I mean, I'm going to go ahead and attack here, and I'm going to leave him with about 100 life points. And really, he's on the ropes here. After I go ahead and just attack with my 2 monsters here, he doesn't really have much he can do. Nothing he can Metal Morph. Potentially, he can take out one of my monsters, but again, I have the Mirror Wall in the field. I also now have the Rope of Life on the field, so I'm just going to bring that monster back even stronger and destroy it. But he ends up just throwing in the towel right here, so it's really unfortunate. I really wish he would have finished the duel, but I'm going to go ahead and end that video here, guys, because that is the 3rd duel. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like down below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed, click the annotation to the left to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to watch more great videos, click the annotations to the right. I'll see you there.